All right, it's media day for the CA and the Hampton Pirates, and we're joined by a couple of special guests. We've got the head coach of the Pirates in his first season at the helm, a 757 native who played at Norview High School, led Kickatin into the state playoffs and was the head coach there. Also going into the Hall of Fame this weekend up at TC Williams, now known as Alexandria City, Ivan Thomas, and one of his standout players, Etienne Strothers, who started at Menchville High School in Newport News. Guys, good to see you. Basketball season's almost here. I'll start with you, Coach. How's it feel to be back in the 757? You've got so many good roots and connections, and I know you're pumped for the hoop season.
Absolutely. September is like the first of the year for me always, but I'm super excited about this season and the opportunity to lead these young men into battle, and just be at home and do it around my family. Some of my friends who grew up and watching me play as a player, and then also supported me as a coach. So the roots of coming home is pretty powerful. I'm excited about it. Really excited about it.
Etienne, let me turn to you. You were at Appalachian State most recently, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How great is it to be back in the 757 playing for a coach that you know growing up? He's got roots to the Boo Williams program, then have some teammates that also hail from the area. Does it feel like a big brotherhood? What's kind of the vibe right now?
Definitely. It felt like I was in good hands when I felt like I was coming back here and I realized who my coaches were going to be. That was one of my main attractions was my head coach being Coach Ivan and then Coach BG, both being guys from Virginia. And then with the
You mentioned
brotherhood part,
Coach.
it was like with the brotherhood, it was like I was close with people like George, Ryan, and then even though me and Trevor was on opposite teams, now I'm been more chemistry with him. So it was a real big thing for me.
Yeah, those were some fierce rivalries with Woodside when you were at Menchville with Trevor Smith, who went on to be state player. You guys had some hellacious battles, and you mentioned Coach BG, Brian Graves, Ryan Hyde, who played at Kings Fork, a bunch of guys with roots, Kyrese Mullen, Elijah Kennedy. The list goes on of different guys. For you, E, before I get back to Coach Thomas here, what can the fans expect? They see all these 757 guys together. They wonder how it's going to blend. What can they expect from you individually on the court and this group collectively this coming season?
Uh, for me right now, I mean, I can't really say because the season's not here yet. I could just say they just got to be there in order to see it. But for the team, I can definitely say you're going to see like a big change in the program and how in the style of play. You're going to see that 100%. This guy right here, he gonna be on every single person like his own. Like he's not going. It's not like he got like a dog in the fight, but he gonna get on everybody. Like if you mess up one time, it doesn't matter who you are. He gonna either sub you. He gonna fuss you out.
And Coach Thomas, you've won just about everywhere you've gone, pretty much, be it the high school level, college now. You were with Ed Cooley there at both Providence and Georgetown. One of the, I think, mantras that I've seen is on your social media page. Take us through it. It's about, being unbreakable. And tell me about what you're trying to get these guys to understand as you create a culture there at HU.
Absolutely. Culture matters. It matters in everything you do in life, in your organization, your culture of your family, culture of your business. But yes, my mantra is, we're unbreakable. Resiliency is the key to life for me. You can dent me, you can bend me, but you will never, ever, ever break me. And that's what is going to be a reflection of our team. I'm not promising you that we're going to go undefeated, but I am promising you that we're going to build a group of young men that will be unbreakable to life and resilient to life, as well as they play on the court. So that's kind of my mantra in life, being unbreakable, and that's kind of what we want to build here at Hampton University, a group of young men that are resilient and unbreakable to whatever life throws their way, and so that's the essence and ethos of my program. And in order to be unbreakable, you got to have a sense of toughness, both mentally and physically. And in order to be unbreakable, you got to do the little things every day. You got to put in that time, you got to put in that work, and you got to make sacrifices. And that's the things that we're trying to instill in these young men on a day-to-day basis. And I'm hoping that it comes to fruition.
Yeah, I hear Coach Thomas and some of these videos that have been put on social media about stay in the fight. How much do you all know that there's going to be some bumps along the road? It's not going to go smooth sailing. And what do you take from those messages as you all try to prove some people wrong? I don't think the expectations are high from the outside, but I'm sure internally you guys have some lofty goals.
Absolutely. We go where the expectations are high. Like we want high expectations. That's the calling card to reaching your greatness. Expect more. Stay in the fight. Absolutely. That's just, people often look at the score. I'm telling people more than anything. just stay in the fight. Life often rewards you and gives you credit for staying in the fight, and you will win more than you lose by just staying in the fight. Sometimes we get caught up in the score or get caught up in the immediate right now, and we get out of the fight of life. But you just stay in it. Life will eventually give you credit, and and so that's just kind of our mantra. We're gonna stay in the fight, whether we're up, whether we're down. We got games to play. We got life to live. We're gonna stay in this fight.
For both of you, and either one you can go first, Coach or E here. The CAA, what's sort of your view of the league in general? I know it's a pretty interesting schedule. You guys go out of the country. I think it's for the Cayman Islands Classic. What's kind of your view of the league and what it will take in order to be successful and make a noise when the tournament gets rolling around come March?
Well, for us, we're not really focused on the league. We're just focused on trying to get better each day. Like the league is new to me. All I know is the Big East. And so for me, the one thing that, travels is toughness. Toughness travels. So we're just trying to be a physical team, as physical as we can, day to day. We're trying to get better. We're trying to get to know each other, and work hard every day. And then we'll let the chips fall where they may. We understand there's some really good coaches in this league, some really good players in this league, and we just want to be able to compete. We're not trying to say that we're the best, but we're going to work every day to beat the best. And that's all our mantra is. We're just getting after it every day.
But for you, E, does the process feel the same way?
Yeah, definitely. I came from Sunbelt, but at the same time, I didn't play in it. But at the same time, I just know like this is like any league you go in, it's going to be it's going to be that team where you got to beat, or there's going to be players that's dominant in that league. For me, I just gotta put in my work so I can come in and be one of those players to help him build what he's trying to build here.
Sure. Last couple ones for both you guys, and I appreciate it. For you, E, about your game, people around the 757, the Peninsula District, watched you play, but for those that haven't, how would you assess your own individual skills, and how have you changed or evolved as a player from your final days at Menchville, senior year, a couple years back to now? How would you say your game has evolved?
I feel like my game's developed as being more aggressive, being more explosive, and becoming better with playmaking. Everybody knew I could always shoot and score. So that was my thing, was to work on defense and then just realizing how to play at a slower pace instead of being so fast. And then, like, there's more things I got to adjust. Like, and that's the thing with Coach Ivan. He always he'll tell me what I need to do and how I need to do it. Like, and that's the thing with him. Every day he pushes me to be the best version of myself each day. So I just know, like, whatever I need to work on, I'm going to do it. But
Pretty savvy young man next to you, Coach Thomas. Last two for you. What do you see out of him? And I'm sure developing these guys into leaders and young men, be it on and off the court, are the things that make you most proud. What are you seeing out of his growth in his game?
Well, he's definitely come in right away and bought into my system. He has a strong ability to shoot the ball. He's bought into the defensive end, playing physical and tough. And he's been an everyday guy. Every day he's been in here in the gym working, getting better. And he's bought into, just accepting any role that it takes to win. And so day to day, he just continues to stack days. He's been one of the guys that's been an everyday guy. And I'm extremely proud of his effort that he puts in every day. And just been that glue guy, that gritty guy. And, I expect him to be able to help us and win some games.
And lastly, Coach Thomas, you know how cherished the basketball is in our state, whether they're rooting for Hampton or Norfolk State, Virginia Tech, Old Dominion, William and Mary. And you got a couple of those matchups. I know NSU on the schedule, of course, no longer a conference rival, but they're still on your slate. What would you tell the fans out there what they're going to see out of Hampton basketball this year and in year one of what you're trying to lay the foundation, what they can expect for in terms of what they'll see on a nightly basis?
I think what you're going to see on a nightly basis is a team that plays with energy, effort, and enthusiasm and passion. We're going to play that every night we touch this floor. We're going to play with energy, effort, enthusiasm, and passion. You're going to see a team that comes out and works really, really hard. I'm not saying that the score is going to yield in our favor, but one thing, you will not go away and be disappointed in a physical battle and a physical fight. Expect that. Every team that come in here or any team that we visit, there will be a fight. There will be a fight on your hand. And so that's what you can expect to see.
So, I take away from what he's saying is he's going to be slapping the floor and sweating a lot. Is that what you're getting? He's going to sweat a lot and slap the floor a couple times, maybe?
of course.
Okay. Well, Etienne Strothers, Hampton University Pirates, and the head coach in his first season at the helm, Ivan Thomas. It was a blast catching up with you guys. Looking forward to seeing the product on the court this year in 2024, 2025 on our March to March, and all the best to you guys.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.